Congratulations to all the Cork protesters that showed up to show their support for their nationalism and patriotism in Cork today. Much love to you all. You will go down in history as legends. Okay, this is, I think, the third national rally for Ireland. Of course, the first one was in April 26th up in Dublin. It was amazing to see. I think there was like 50,000 to 70,000 people. A huge rally there. You know, you can really see this patriotic uprising in Ireland, and it's coming to fruition, and the numbers are getting bigger and bigger every year. Everybody's understanding the BS that the government are pushing now. You know, Helen McEntee, Micheál Martin, Leo Varadkar, these people just destroyed Ireland, and the people now are trying to claw it back. So the first one was in Dublin, and now the second one I think was in Donegal, massive as well. Donegal was 30,000 people, thousands of, these are tens of thousands of people. And now in Cork today, congratulations to everybody once again. Okay, it's estimated that over 20,000 people were at the protest in the streets of Cork today. Okay, this is grassroots, by the people, for the people, of the people. I love to see that. Shout out to Real News Era once again. And yeah, lads, we're gonna watch a couple of videos. I have 3 videos today for people, so stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's watch the first video about Cork. Let's talk about Cork a little bit, because Cork is historic, lads. You know, Michael Collins, massive amount of Irish patriotic history, pushing back of the British, pushing back of oppression. And, you know, I, for one, guys, understand that the bullshit that's happening in the country today. I talk to people every day in the streets about how the nonsense is, you know, taking place, and how the flipping, the war path that these government officials are on, trying to dictate hate speech laws, trying to dictate all this stuff to the people, is just, you know, it's unnationalistic. It's crazy. So it's amazing to see that the people are now, you know, coming out every year in different cities everywhere, all over Ireland, and, you know, they're pushing the good message. So let's look at Cork real fast. Firstly, let's go. Cork. You know, I love Cork, guys. Like I said before, nationalistic, patriotic place. You know, amazing to see that the people there are really standing up for what they believe in, okay? And that it is the masses of people. 20,000 people, lads, is huge, okay? Cork City, population, what is it, 200,000, maybe a little bit more, something like that. But, like, you know, getting, you know, a lot of people out today is amazing to see. Even in the rain, you know, it's great to see all the Irish flags. You guys see I have them in the back of the video. Since I started this YouTube channel, I believe maybe a few years ago, I put the flags up there even before I started talking about political stuff. You know, it's amazing to see that sea of tricolors. I love to see that. But let's move on to the next story, okay? Because I love to see Cork, I love to see Dublin, and long may it last, guys. Long may it last, these protests. I think the protests do good. You know, I see some, you know, consternation about people talking about how the protests aren't doing well. I think the protests do great, lads. You know, I think the protests do well. The most important thing is for our side to come together. You know, everything else can be left to one side, lads. You know, whether you like them or not or something. I think just hating on a particular part of the movement is not good. You know, I saw someone recently saying, oh, you know, you only talk about stuff on the internet. Okay, you know, you don't come to this or come to that or whatever, or do, you know, your duty in person. I do go to the odd thing. I do, you know, try and help push the movement in person as well in other ways. Okay, but also on the internet, I'm able to reach hundreds of thousands of people and millions of people every single day, okay, and every single year. So that's very important to get the internet aspect as well. So for those saying that's not important, you know, let's not say that it's not important, guys, because it is very, very important. Now here we have today, we have Helen McEntee's Ireland, okay, the new Ireland. Helen McEntee says that Ireland is safe, that everything is perfect in this country. Well, we're about to see an armed robbery. All right, lads. Look at the size of the knife that this lad pulls out. It's like a 12-inch blade, huge knife, threatens the shopkeeper, and your man hands over all the cash, okay? Spoiler alert, but this video is crazy. You have to see it to believe it. Now, I haven't seen videos like this in a long time, lads. Like, I'm truly thinking that the Ireland that, you know, is in 2013 is pretty much gone today, lads. The Ireland of yesteryear is gone. I mean, it has completely changed, especially after the lockdowns. This is just crazy to see this. Alright, so your man comes to the counter. Regular Centra, regular Spar. Nothing too crazy. Now, in my opinion, guys, in Ireland in 2025, having a mask on with a hood up is a pre-planned attack. Okay, if you ever see someone with a hood up with a mask on, you can pretty much assume that they're going to rob something. Okay, in 2025, in 2020, maybe that they were had a flu or something, but in 2025, guys, having a a face mask on to cover half your face, that is a disguise. Okay, to disguise yourself from a robbery, a burglary, something like that. Like, it 100% is. Okay, especially if you have a hood up as well, it's like covering your whole head. That is a disguise to get away with robbery. So I'd be very, very wary of that. And he's just talking to him like normal, asking for cigarettes, having banter with him, talking to him. Seems like he's getting on well with him. The guy seems happy, nothing out of the ordinary really, apart from the mask up, and he pulls out a huge blade, you guys can see, just from his pants, and he's kind of pointing at him. I think he said something like, I have to get to the computer to take out the money for you, because he just basically pulled out a kitchen knife, it looks like. Doesn't look like the knife is of any sort of like, military knife or one of these, army knives. It's just a regular kitchen knife, nothing too crazy. But the guy proceeds to just take out all the money. Okay, now this video doesn't have any sound, unfortunately. Okay, because I would hear it. But anyway, guys, he puts the knife back calmly in his pocket and just walks out calmly. Nothing happened. Now, my personal opinion, I know a lot of people don't like saying this. It would have been great to see your man with pepper spray there, or a gun, like a handgun, and able to shoot this guy. We'd all be celebrating. But in Ireland, we're not allowed handguns. We're not allowed a method of self-defense. And I suppose, at the end of this video, the guy is so shocked. He can't even believe what happened. He's kind of praying to himself right there. He's kind of like in shock, and obviously rings the guards. But, the guy is long gone. The police come after the fact, lads. Like, the police, they come after the crimes committed. Very rarely do the police walk in this, in the middle of this robbery. Like, that's never going to happen, guys. That's like in a movie where the Gardaí walk in, or the police, or the flipping special agent walks in. Oh, what are you doing? Like, and then stops the criminal. That never happens, guys. The police come after the fact. So it's very important to be able to defend yourself in the middle of these situations. And Ireland is getting to that point, guys, where it's getting so dangerous that, you need weapons to kind of defend yourself. Self-defense weapons. Pepper spray, handgun. I don't know, something, guys. I would suggest some legislation be brought in so that shopkeepers could own something to defend themselves. I'm not sure. A lot of Irish people don't like guns and that kind of thing. I think it's just a tool, guys. A tool that you use to defend you and your loved ones. But in Ireland, we don't have those special laws. So crazy attack, guys. Don't know what to make of that one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you think that's common? I haven't really seen videos like this years ago. Obviously, we didn't have a platform like X and Twitter years ago to discuss these things, to have these discussions. The CCTV is, of course, relatively new. That just came out yesterday, 6th of June. It's the 8th today. And yeah, it's just insane to see that in broad daylight. You can see it's light out. Your man just came in before the end of shift, obviously. Crazy. So yeah, the new Ireland we're living in, lads. Welcome to the new Ireland, where there's robberies with kitchen knives and potential stabbings and crazy stuff. Every day there's a stabbing. I react to the Algerian men that stabbed each other. There was also a shooting in flipping the Fair Green shopping center in Carlow. Like, there's just every day there's just some crazy shit. It's actually impossible for me to even keep up with the news now. Like, that's great. Normally I'm on the laptop all day putting up these videos. Now it's like a flipping crazy sort of situation where every single day there's something mad happening. Now, the last news story I want to talk about, lads, is this one is interesting. So this is kind of a Marxist ideology, okay, that they're putting into the heads and the brains of women, children, families, schools, and every aspect of society, as J.K. London said. Truly, guys, the LGB, all that stuff is pushed on people. Now, I don't mind someone living the life they want to live. Absolutely, guys, you should be able to live the life you want to live after 18 or 17 or 16, whatever that age is, okay? Absolutely. But definitely to push it into sports, to push it into every aspect, like where, even I see influencers in Ireland, these influencers, different people, and I can name about 50 of them. They're all taught to push this ideology, push this, no gender, them, their, they, all this type of stuff, pronouns, and it's just gone way too far, guys. And that woke mind virus has absolutely eroded the society of Ireland. Like for no doubt about it, guys. Absolutely has eroded Ireland completely. And you can see it here in the football, okay? Former Man United and Chelsea star Matic banned after taping over the LGB logo, okay? Matic, I think he is Croatian. I could be wrong. Correct me in the comments, lads. I'm not even big into football, but I know Matic. I'm not even that big in football, but I do know big football players. So I believe he is Croatian. Wherever, Eastern Europe, the Baltic kind of region, that kind of area. And it's insane to see that they're actually finding him, banned from games. Like, enough is enough with this, guys. Religion is one thing. If your religion doesn't allow for it, whatever, that's a fair enough excuse, guys. I don't mind people being LG, whatever. I mean, the organization is basically just a money-making scheme. It's nothing to do with gay people or anything like that. Gay people have been perfectly okay since before the formation of this organization, okay? But the problem is, guys, now they're pushing it in sports. They're pushing it on people if you don't want to support it. And it's not even not supporting it. It's not that I don't support people to have the freedom of expression to do what they want to do. I absolutely do support that. But I'm not going to support organizations. Okay, that's not my flipping modus operandi. Okay, I don't support organizations unless I fully agree with the organization. If you're going to tell me that I have to get my paycheck from football, which is my livelihood, and you have to listen to this woke BS, there's a problem, guys. You understand? There is a major problem. So let me know your thoughts on that. I thought that was pretty crazy. Like, your man's a huge star. Man United, Chelsea, like huge player, and banned. I'm not sure exactly how long he was banned from football, but she was just crazy, guys. It's like, it reminds me of when McLean, a comment says here, yeah, when James McLean, is that his name? Yeah, McLean anyway, he had the poppy on, and they told him to F off because he didn't want to wear the poppy. Which basically signifies World War I soldiers. And that's an interesting one because that is about Northern Ireland and the oppression of the Irish people. That's a great one, and obviously I support McLean for that. Everybody in Ireland, everybody in the Republic of Ireland supports McLean for that, But it's an interesting one, guys, because there actually was an Irish battalion, I believe, in World War I fighting alongside the British. So my actual great-great-grandparents fought in World War I as well, okay? So I have a bit of a connection to World War I. A lot of my ancestors are like war heroes, like a lot of them, which is fucking class, badass. But so there was Irish soldiers fighting with British, but at the same time, it doesn't matter, guys, because they were still under oppression from the British. They were still under British rule. You understand? So it's still a bullshit kind of thing, for the British to force Irish people to wear the poppy, because it's basically going against the people. But let me know your thoughts, guys. If you want me to help keep pushing back against the mainstream, hit the join link underneath the video. For just the price of a coffee, €5 per month, you support me. I love you all, and I'll be back every single day. I'll try to put up 3 to 4 videos a day, so bear with me. Today I was just very, very busy, extremely busy day, okay? I went out last night, had a couple pints, and I was not hungover. Okay, I worked out this morning, but I just didn't get time, guys. I was super busy. But yeah, if you want to support me, message me on Instagram, hit me up on every platform, X. Okay, I'm everywhere, guys. I'm on X, I'm on everything, so check me out there. Message me with good ideas, good flipping things to react to, because every single day there's some crazy shit coming out on X. So shout out to X as a platform as well, Elon Musk, Donald Trump, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.